Welcome back to the course. In the introduction part, we discussed the 3 levels of OB. Today, we will begin our journey by looking at OB from the individual behavior side. Since it's fundamental to our understanding of group behavior and organizational behavior, when 2 people agree on everything, one of them is unnecessary.
Workforce diversity, defined as the distribution of personal attributes among interdependent members of an organization, has become a widely accepted organizational imperative. Workforce composition in organizations has become increasingly diverse. We divide workplace diversity into 2 major forms: differences in easily perceived characteristics such as gender, race, ethnicity, age, or disability mostly reflect surface-level diversity. They do not necessarily reflect the ways people think or feel, but that may activate certain stereotypes. Differences in values, personality, and work preferences represent deep-level diversity. They become progressively more important for determining similarity as people get to know one another better. According to Cook and Sani, there are significant differences between the Western and the Oriental approaches, such as China and India, in the concept of diversity. The political and socio-cultural context under which diversity emerges, the way diversity should be managed, and the motive of managing and valuing diversity. For example, the Western definition of diversity is much broader than that found in China and India. In Western countries, the broader focus of workforce diversities includes gender, race, ethnicity, religion, age, disability, immigration status, social class, political association, marital status, parental status, sexual orientation, ex-offenders, education, experience, and so forth. In China and India, the demographic characteristics of the workforce are very different from those in the Western countries. Even in the Oriental countries, there are significant differences. For example, caste, religion, and gender are the main sources of diversity in India. Previous research has already pointed out household registration system, 户口, dialects, and gender, a salient diversity issue in China. Compared to India, China is a much more homogeneous country with 95% of the population being from the same ethnic race, Han, and the majority of people having no religious belief. Tang, Zheng, and Chen introduced that China has its unique diversity problems. Every Chinese citizen registers 户口 in one place, broadly divided into urban 户口 and rural 户口. Because of the unbalanced development among cities and rural places, metropolitan cities attract people from every part in China. However, 户口 restricts their migration and welfare rights, such as education and health service. 户口 status, discrimination, and recruiting can be observed frequently in the workplace. And it is estimated that people with rural 户口 would gain 3.5% less than those with urban one. Dialect diversity refers to the fact that Chinese people speak their own focal dialect as the first language in daily life. Chinese dialects can be roughly divided into 7 categories, and it is difficult for people to understand others' dialect. Influenced by patriarchal system, people speaking the same dialect are bonded with each other, form the same social identity, and even hold inner group prestige. Dialect is the critical factor that blocks immigrants into the new residents. And similar to hukou, dialect diversity in metropolitans raises prejudices and conflicts in the workplace. Gender issue in Chinese workplace is also complicated. Consulting firm Bain reported in 2014 that China ranks in 4th in female employment rate worldwide, which is higher than USA, Japan, and Brazil. However, only 17 top positions are occupied by women. Obstacles for Chinese women's promotion include career-family conflict, biases toward their leadership style, and organizational bias. Administrative regulation in old planned economy period accelerated the women employment rate, whereas the crude reality is that women are still discriminated, devalued, and lack human capital investment in the job market. In addition, generation diversity catches attention in China. The term generation refers to people who are born in the same time span and share historical and social life experiences. Generation diversity in China is unique because of the special cohort, the millennials who were born after the 1980s. From individual perspective, Chinese millennials enjoyed a much better growing environment and modern education system. Most Chinese millennials in cities is the single child in the family. This national-wide policy challenges traditional Chinese values of fertility. Therefore, families try their best to take care of millennials, and the society pays huge attention on them. From social perspective, the economic reform changes the traditional egalitarian system of iron bone and encourages people to get rich through self-efforts. Unlike elder generations who were assigned jobs after graduation, millennials are in a very competitive job market. All of these drastic changes from economy and social norms shape millennials' generation's unique needs, motives, and values comparing to the other generations. For example, seniority and conformity to majority is common philosophy in the Chinese workplace. However, conflict about modern and tradition is unprecedented right now, which indicates generation difference as a new but important source of diversity.
People are different to each other regarding a lot of aspects. Everyone is unique in the whole world. That's also the reality in organizations. Managers need to be aware of the needs and differences of others and try to manage them. In next lecture, we will discuss a variety of ways in which people differ.